Hello friends and family from around the world, this is Mike with Morning Dew Daily Events Worldwide, and we are on April 17th, 2021, and welcome to the Daily Dew, where we look at space weather and world weather, everything else affecting humanity. Thank you for joining me. Looking here at the last 48 hours of the sun, as we do have some bright regions acting up a little bit in the southern hemisphere, plasma filaments on the incoming limb, and as well, a solar flare. See that last image there in the incoming images? And you can see that massive flare, bright sunspot region that was cresting did produce quite a large solar flare. Looking at the multi-spectrum, and now at 193 angstroms, you can see there is a coronal hole, Earth-facing. So yes, a very busy day from the sun today. We are being affected by space weather right now, and we will be expecting some more. Luckily, this was not an Earth-facing solar flare. Wait until you see it on LASCO 2. Looking at our geospace magnetosphere plot, yes, we are over 550 kilometers per second. You can see a couple spikes there, 600 plus kilometers per second, and solar winds. And let's have a look at our LASCO 2 and LASCO 3. Boom. That was a massive solar flare with a very large stream in it. You can see that large, bright yellow. That is a very thick plasma stream. Very large solar flare, and luckily that was not an Earth-facing flare, my lord. That sunspot was just cresting. That bright star coming in from the right, that is Mercury. But wow, what an amazing sight. Especially after our sun has been so quiet as of late. That is a massive flare. Looking at a real-time solar wind right now, and we are 577 kilometers per second, but you can see it spiked just over 600 kilometers per second. Very erratic north and south pole polarities, jumping all over the place. Phi angle jumping a little bit as well. So yeah, we are being affected by space weather right now, and I can kind of feel it in my head, feeling pretty heavy. Looking at our Schumann resonance for today, a power of 25. Yesterday there was quite a good spike, but we're at a power of 10, frequency max of 7.32. Let's have a look at earthquakes for the last 24 hours. Starting out here, most recent in Peru, 4.6 in Quilca, Peru, as well. 4.9 reported here in Ovel, Chile. 4.3 in Colombia, as well as seeing the increased seismicity through the Caribbean Plate, Puerto Rico, and as well south of Puerto Rico. 4.5 here in Mexico, 142 kilometer depth. Into the States here, 3.2, White City, New Mexico. And then Beatty, Nevada, 3.5 reported here, 8 kilometer depth, as well, followed by 2.6. And Covito, California, a couple minor rumbles there as well. Looking at increased seismicity through Alaska, which I've been warning for the last couple days. 5.1 there in Russia. But throughout the region here, I would like to show you on USGS, this is the last 30 days for earthquakes through the Aleutian Islands and up into Alaska. That is thousands of earthquakes. So we definitely do have an uptick throughout the Aleutian Islands and into Alaska. A couple minor rumbles here to report. Largest 3.2 in Napupu, Hawaii, as well. 4.8 here to report, 12-kilometer depth. 4.8 Papua New Guinea, 238-kilometer depth. As well, Greece, Mandraki, Greece reporting a 5.0, followed by a 4.2 and a 4.1. 4.1 here reported in Georgia. And that's a look at the last 24 hours for earthquakes. We're looking at about 350 earthquakes on the USGS map right now. Let's have a look at the last 7 days. A lot of elevated rings across the planet recently. Deep earthquake event we're going through. We're just waiting for these large earthquakes to follow. Thoughts and prayers going out to everybody affected by earthquakes, volcanoes, anything else, natural disasters. And thank you all for joining Morning Dew Daily Events Worldwide. I appreciate almost 35,000 followers. It's amazing. Thank you. Let's have a look at the Pacific Disaster Center. Most recent volcanoes getting updated. Fuego in Guatemala, Dakono in Indonesia, as well Era in Japan, Sangay in Ecuador, Popo in Mexico, Reventador in Ecuador, Sufri, St. Vincent, Semisnopochnoi, as well Sabancaya in Peru, Shivelich in Russia, Sinabung, Indonesia, Ebuko, Russia, Luatolo, Indonesia, Pacaya, Guatemala. So that's about 14 volcanoes being updated today that are actively erupting. And stay tuned tomorrow for the volcanic activity report and give you a full update on all the volcanoes erupting. We still do have Category 5 Super Typhoon Sergei, who looks like it is just going to graze the northern islands of the Philippines into Luzon. No other major weather systems to talk about. Something I wanted to show you here is the SO2 models, because look at this SO2 cloud that Sufri has produced, and it is stretching all the way to India. That's right, it is going to be stretching to India. So across the planet, this ash and dust cloud and SO2 has stretched across the hemisphere almost completely. Just having a look here at the other areas producing large amounts of SO2 and ash. Let's get to the 5-day forecast brought to you by Meteo Earth, Meteo Mike. We're starting out here overlooking Calgary, Alberta home base. And yeah, cold temperatures are moving in, even knowing it was almost 21 degrees today. Yeah, cold temperatures overnight tonight and into tomorrow with snow. And we could get snow in the long range forecast too. But definitely going to be seeing a windy and snowy event overnight tonight and into tomorrow. And then watch as that low moves southeastward towards Ontario to bring quite a wintry mix and mess for them as well. But that cold front is very deep and cold and going to be reaching as far down as New Mexico. Again, Ontario here going to receive a winter storm later in the week. Dry across the west coast completely. Big high pressure ridge hanging out. All of these systems are coming out from Alaska. That's right, these cold systems that are spinning around the Hudson Bay and the North Pole still coming down to North America. Big systems here heading into Alaska this week. But yeah, strong, dominant high pressure ridge keeping things dry along the coastline of North America. Overlooking South America, no major weather systems, daily evaporation rains. You could see some heavier rain this week throughout parts of Brazil as things start to heat up again, as well through Panama, coastal regions, and then southern Argentina here as a big system comes through. You could see some pretty intense weather on the east side of the mountains here from that big system. Overlooking Africa, no major weather systems there to talk about either, except for daily evaporation rains. Continuing through coastal regions, through Mozambique, parts of northern Madagascar as well. Could see a system move in later in the week. Overlooking Europe, a low pressure center still hanging around the Mediterranean there. It's going to be quickly scooted north here in the long range forecast. But yeah, warm temperatures will be moving back into Europe, heading into spring. Overlooking Russia and Asia, big low pressure systems in Russia still bringing intense snowfalls. Lots of rain here moving into China throughout the week. And then here's a forecast for Super Typhoon Sirige. And you can see here this forecast shows it moving just a bit closer to parts of Luzon and the northern islands of Philippines. Overlooking Australia, no major weather systems to talk about. The big thing to talk about is the cool temperatures. A little bit of moisture moving into northwestern territory. But yeah, very cool southeastern Australia. Overlooking New Zealand, dry for a couple days. High pressure ridge moves through, but then yet another system comes through. You could see some wild weather there with that low as it rips across the islands. Overlooking Hawaii, no major weather systems there either. Dry throughout the week. Just have a quick peek here at the movement in the Pacific Ocean and as well the large low pressure systems developing and then joining forces. And this big intense low pressure system coming out of Russia. Big Atlantic low as well. These systems are getting bigger and stronger. Leave it here looking at the southern hemisphere versus the northern. Much love to you all, and thank you for watching today. Thank you for hitting the like button. Thank you for hitting the bell so that you receive all notifications. And above all, thank you for watching. Much love to you all. Stay aware and prepared. Stay young and have fun. And get your morning dew. Bye-bye now.
If you enjoyed today's video, please hit that like button, subscribe, share with your friends and family from across the world.